The warmth of conversation in the cozy village of Eldenwood, where the cobblestone streets wound through quaint houses and the scent of blooming flowers filled the air, the villagers valued the simple pleasures of life. Among these, the art of conversation was held in the highest regard. The people of Eldenwood believed that through meaningful conversations, they could connect with each other, share wisdom, and find joy in everyday life. At the heart of Eldenwood was a charming little café called the Chatty Corner. It was a place where villagers gathered to enjoy a cup of tea or coffee, and more importantly, to engage in lively conversations. The café was owned by a kind and thoughtful woman named Amelia, who had a talent for bringing people together. Amelia had inherited the Chatty Corner from her grandmother, who had taught her the importance of good conversation. Words have the power to bring us closer, her grandmother used to say. A heartfelt conversation can light up the darkest day. One crisp autumn morning, Amelia noticed a young man sitting alone at a corner table. He seemed lost in thought, staring out the window at the falling leaves. Sensing that he might need some company, Amelia approached him with a warm smile. "Good morning," she said cheerfully. "Would you like some company? My name is Amelia." The young man looked up, surprised but grateful. "Good morning, Amelia. I'm Thomas. I suppose I could use some company." Amelia sat down and offered him a cup of tea. "What brings you to Eldenwood, Thomas? I haven't seen you around before." Thomas sighed. "I moved here recently, looking for a fresh start. But it's been hard to adjust. I miss my old home and the friends I left behind." Amelia nodded sympathetically. "Change can be difficult. But you're not alone here. Eldenwood is a friendly place, and we value good company. Tell me more about your old home." As Thomas spoke about his hometown, Amelia listened attentively, asking questions and sharing stories of her own. Their conversation flowed naturally, and soon Thomas felt more at ease. He began to relax and even smile as he recounted fond memories. Over the next few days, Thomas returned to the Chatty Corner, each time finding comfort in the warm atmosphere and engaging conversations. Amelia introduced him to other villagers, and he slowly began to feel a sense of belonging. One evening, the Chatty Corner was particularly lively. The villagers had gathered for a storytelling night, an event Amelia hosted every month. People took turns sharing tales, from humorous anecdotes to heartfelt stories. Thomas watched, fascinated by the camaraderie and the genuine connections being formed. When it was Amelia's turn, she stood up and shared a story about her grandmother, the original owner of the café. She spoke of how her grandmother had turned the Chatty Corner into a place where people felt welcome and valued, a place where conversations blossomed into friendships. "The true magic of this café," Amelia said, "is not in the coffee or the tea, but in the conversations we share. It's in the laughter, the stories, and the support we offer each other. My grandmother believed that every person who walked through these doors had a story worth hearing." After the event, Thomas approached Amelia, his eyes shining with gratitude. "Thank you, Amelia. Tonight, I felt like I was truly part of this community. Your grandmother was right. Conversations here are magical." Amelia smiled warmly. "I'm glad you feel that way, Thomas. You're always welcome here. And remember, you have a story worth sharing too." As the weeks turned into months, Thomas became a regular at the Chatty Corner. He formed friendships with the other villagers and even began to share his own stories during the monthly events. The conversations he had in the café helped him feel connected and understood, easing his transition into his new life. One day, as Thomas sat with Amelia, he said, "You know, Amelia, I've realized that conversations are like bridges. They connect us to each other and help us navigate the changes in our lives. Thank you for showing me that." Amelia nodded. "That's beautifully said, Thomas. Conversations can indeed build bridges. They remind us that we are not alone, and they enrich our lives in ways we might not expect." Thomas smiled, feeling a deep sense of appreciation for the Chatty Corner and the community it fostered. He had found a new home in Eldenwood, not just in the physical sense, but in the heartfelt connections he had made. As the years passed, the Chatty Corner continued to thrive. Amelia's café remained a beloved gathering place where villagers of all ages came to share their stories, find comfort, and celebrate the joys of life. The warmth of conversation filled the air, creating an atmosphere of friendship and understanding. Through the simple act of talking and listening, the villagers of Eldenwood learned that the true essence of community lies in the connections we make and the stories we share. The Chatty Corner stood as a testament to the power of conversation, reminding everyone that a kind word and a listening ear could turn strangers into friends and create a sense of belonging that transcended time and place. And so, the story of Amelia, Thomas, and the Chatty Corner became a cherished tale in Eldenwood. It was a reminder of the magic that lies in everyday conversations and the enduring bonds that are formed when we take the time to listen and share our hearts with one another.